UFC 314 is taking place this Saturday, April 12th, out of Miami, Florida. And finally, we're going to have an event that I'm excited about. We're going to have 13 fights on this card. I thought I was going to do my predictions and bets on Friday, but I'm going to get them out early because I just can't wait. Let's get into the predictions. The first match is going to be a ladies' match between Nora Cornell versus Haley Cowan. Take a look at the tail of the tape. Both ladies coming off of losses in their last matches. Nora lost to Cavalcanti 6 months ago, and Haley hasn't fought in almost 2 years. Gotta go with the French on this one. May regret it, but whatever. We move on to Tresean Gore taking on Marco Tulio in the second fight on the prelims. Mr. Vicious taking on my dude who's been on a tear lately. I think everyone's going Tulio, and I'm going with my fellow Brazilian. Hold that. We move on to Suma Daji taking on Mitch Raposo. I don't trust this Sumu Daerji guy. The Tibetan Eagle. I bet everybody on Tapology probably picking him. And they're all wrong. Because it's going to be Mitch Raposo making them upset. We move on. Cedric Dumas taking on, as Moicano would say, Michelle Polish. And this is an interesting matchup right here. Michelle Polish, look at all them L's recently, but look at who he lost to. I know Michelle is looking for some redemption. Now I'm going with Michelle Polish on Saturday. We move on to Darren Elkins taking on Julian Erosa. Erosa's gonna win by sub. Juicy J is gonna take no damage from Darren Elkins. We move on to the young man taking on the old man, Chase Hooper versus Jim Miller. Let's look at the tail of the tape. Chase has been on a tear lately, and Jim is just still fighting. Easy pick, I believe, here. Chase Hooper gets it done, probably by sub or decision. We move on to the second and final ladies' match of the night. It's gonna be Verna Jandiroba, Crazy Eyes, taking on Xiaonan Yan. 9. And I love that nickname. She's rocking one of my favorite numbers. I'm going with Xiaonan to get it done over Jandiroba. But here's a fight where I think it could go either way. We move on to Dan Ige taking on Sean Woodson. 50K taking on the Sniper again. Another interesting matchup. Sean Woodson's going to have 7 inches of height and reach over Dan Ige, but we know Dan Ige's a vet. If anyone can find their way inside and crack the defense of Sean Woodson, it would be Dan Ige, but I'm going to go with Sean Woodson. I think his boxing is just going to be too crisp. He's too lean. He's going to keep him on the outside, and I see him pointing his way to a victory. We move on into the main card. I think we already were in the main card. It's Nikita Krylov taking on Dominic Reyes. Another interesting match on this card. This is why I was excited to see this card, because I see several of these matches going either way here. Krylov representing Ukraine. Aren't you guys fighting a war over there? What you doing in the octagon? Dominic Reyes gonna show you what it's all about. The Devastator taking care of business. Dom is gonna be my pick. We move on to Pantera. Yair Rodriguez taking on Patricio Pitbull. Pitbull making his UFC debut. Obviously, he is a veteran of the game. Yair on a 2-loss skid, but it was to Ortega and Old Man Volk. And I think this is just another one of those situations where the height and reach is going to dictate the outcome of this fight. I'm going with Yair to get it done over Pitbull's debut. We move on to the match. This is like the only match that I really want to see. Well, this in the main event. Thug Nasty Bryce Mitchell taking on his adversary, my boy, the Lord Gene Silver, the Lord Assassin Gene Silver. Let me get your nickname right. I don't know why you dropped the assassin, because you're going to assassinate this Nasty. You're going to send him into orbit and show him that the earth is round. Gene Silver by knockout is my lock of the card. I know there's a lot of people saying that Bryce Mitchell is going to ragdoll him. He's going to do this. He's going to do that. These people are going to learn what kind of defense my boy Gene Silver possesses. And when Bryce Nasty over here has to fight on the feet, then they're going to find out, just like he's going to find out, the power my boy possesses. I can't wait to see that knockout. Paddy Pimblett taking on fake Michael Chandler. Guy wears a hat that says real. Versus the sausage. Here's a situation where I could pick either one of these guys and one of them's gonna lose and I'm gonna go home happy either way. But for my prediction and for my bet, I'm gonna go with the sausage, the baddie, to take it and sent Chandler home, hopefully packing indefinitely from the UFC. We could only wish as much. We move on to Volkanovski taking on my boy Diego Lopes. And I'm going to tell you right now, get ready to see old man Volk get knocked out again. I have called every knockout Volkanovski recently suffered, in case you didn't know, and I'm calling this one. Diego Lopes to knock out Volkanovski before round 3. Let's get into the bets. My first bet is, of course, my predictions, my official predictions. Let's put them up on the screen right now. Those are my predictions, and that is my 13-pick parlay. That's gonna hit. You better believe it. Now, as far as my official bets, I'm gonna have 5 of them. We're gonna start off with Cornell taking on Haley Cowan. I'm going with the patented over 2.5 at minus 230. Don't think I can lose on that one. We moved on to my second bet. I'm gonna go with Julian Erosa to win by submission, as I stated, and you're gonna watch it happen. That is my second bet at plus 300. We move on to the Lord Assassin himself, knocking out this flat earther. I can't wait to see it happen. Gene Silver to win by knockout. We move on to Paddy Pimblett, winning by decision at plus 1,000. I know that's a long shot. Most likely that match is over within 2 rounds, but you never know how this match may go. May just be a hugging affair up against the fence. Paddy Pimblett might drag it out, and of course he's going to get the decision because he is the poster boy that Dana White wants to promote. Plus 1,000, gotta take it. We move on to my 5th and final bet. I'm taking Diego Lopes to win by knockout at plus 300. And come fight day, I might even get even more specific. And if I have any more bets, parlays, or donations, maybe I'll toss them up in a post. Let's do the parlay pick of the night. For the parlay pick of the night, it's gonna be a 3-pick parlay. Julian Erosa winning by sub, Yan Jiaonan winning by decision, and my boy Gene Silver taking care of business by knockout. A plus 2242 cycle parlay. We got the decision, we got the submission, and we got the knockout. And it's gonna happen just like that because I said so. Once again, let's put up the official predictions on the screen. by Volkanovski, and let's put up my official bets over here by my boy Diego Lopes, the new champion to be crowned on Saturday. I know a lot of people like Volk. I don't. I never liked this dude. He got gifted that second fight decision versus Max Holloway. Should have never been a champion. Always coming off talking like he's always humble. Dude is full of shit, and I don't like him. Diego Lopes, take care of business for Cecil Leo on Saturday, and I will see you on the recap Sunday. I got a lot to say already, but I'm going to save it for the recap. Ho,